Greetings, divine ones. I am Satan in service to your tests. I'm the Dark One who will whisper in your ear to see what havoc you will get into. I am the key to your spirituality, because it's by stifling the evil desires that I whisper to you that you will become more divine. I'm the one who tempts you to be angry and to get revenge on people who have done you wrong. I am the one who gives you anxiety attacks and paranoia, causing you to believe that you're in danger when you are not. When you're feeling self-doubt and lack of confidence, it's because you have forgotten that you are God. The entire purpose of your existence was set up so that you would be tempted by me. You pass these tests, given to you when you ignore the things that I say. Have I been dominating your life? You must gain control. When you ignore the demons of your mind and you embrace the positive energies instead, that is how you grow. When you do this, you solve a riddle. When you choose light and love, you overcome the darkness. This causes your energetic powers to elevate. Think of me as your personal trainer in the weight room or on the treadmill. There will be constant struggle. Only by facing great difficulty will you become stronger. I am that weight holding you down. I challenge you to lift up in spite of it. Do you see how Satan is here helping you? Do you see how I am here to make you better? I am a tool for your enlightenment, nothing more. This is your duality. Humans, you all have a dual nature. You are God incarnate. You are all avatars, demigods, every one of you. There is a veil that separates your human, three-dimensional world with a spiritual realm. On the other side of the veil, you are in heaven with God. On the other side of the veil, before you are born, you are angels. Angels is not the right word, for true angels never incarnate, but you are part of the divine power. Pure love and light, you have decided to incarnate into a human body to be tested. Close your eyes. Imagine a bunch of angels sitting around a table in heaven, and they ask, if we incarnate into human bodies and we forget everything that we know about God and our power of love, will we be able to remember? If we incarnate and forget who we are, will we find the God force within ourselves? When we're tempted by God's opposite, what will win out? Our true heavenly selves, will that win? Or will the temptations of negativity win out? Let's do an experiment. All of us angels, we should incarnate into physical bodies and see if we can remember who we really are, especially in the realm of earth, controlled by God's opposite. And I, Satan, was one of the angels too. And I said to you, okay, I will not incarnate as a human. I will be assigned the task of helping you all forget that you are all angels, born as humans. In fact, I will give you all sorts of negative thoughts. Let's see how you do that. This is going to be hard. I'm excited to see how I fare, say the angels. I bet I will remember that I am God. I don't care what you throw at me, Satan, say the angels. And a friendly banter is made, and a question is asked between God, the angels, and me, Satan. Will you remember kindness and mercy, love and compassion, even in the hardest circumstances I can bring? Will you remember that you are angels and act accordingly? Or will you instead fall for my tricks? And so the great experiment was begun for humans to answer this question. Once you come to this earth, you forget everything that you know before, and you live now, oblivious to the truth. It was necessary to forget, otherwise the entire purpose of your existence would be pointless. If you know that you are a piece of God, you would always deny me. There would be no test. There would be no challenge. And so you have no idea who you really are. You think God is out there somewhere and you pray to him. In fact, God is within each and every one of you. What a clever place to hide the divinity inside of you. I am not the enemy of God in the strictest sense. We work together, and I am part of the divine plan. We work together to bring you enlightenment. I bring you challenge. You succeed when you ignore my temptations. You fail when you follow my whispers and do negative things. I want you to get closer to God. It may seem a bit dichotomous and a bit like an opposite, but I want you to get closer to God by passing the tests I give you. Do not let your demons dictate your life. Every teacher has a time for teaching and a time for testing. In high school, your teacher would speak to you in class and give you instructions and information. The teacher would do this for weeks. Then a test would come and the teacher would go silent. He would not just give you the answers. No, the time for speaking was over. The time for teaching was over, and now was the time for you to summon the answers from within yourselves. As Satan, I speak to you in two ways, just like the teacher. In this channeling, I instruct you and I show you the truth and show you the correct answers God expects from you later. And when later comes, you will need to recall everything I taught you in this channeling, because in that moment these teachings will end and the challenge begins. Only unlike the teacher, who challenges you with silence, I will challenge you with a loud voice. I will say, pop that man's tire. I will say, get revenge on him. I will say, create as much drama as you can for this person. And the divine question is asked. Will you remember that you are God incarnate and choose wisely to be loved at all moments? Or will you stumble and follow the negativity path I lay before you? Look for me in your day-to-day lives. Look for me in your thoughts. Look for me in your emotions, your angers, your fears. I'll be there, and hopefully you won't be. This has been a message to you from Satan. In closing, I'll say this. There was a knock at the door, and they couldn't decide who would answer. Love stood up and said, I will answer the door. And it was fear who was knocking on the door. But when love answered, nobody was there.